In the vast expanse of the sky, a plane vanished without a trace. A mystery that has haunted the world for years. The disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370. For years, it's been a puzzle. But stay tuned because we're about to unveil an astounding discovery that could change everything. March 8, 2014. Flight MH370, carrying 239 souls, vanishes from air traffic control radar just 38 minutes into its journey from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, to Beijing, China. The world watches in disbelief as the biggest mystery in aviation unfolds. The first 38 minutes of the flight appeared uneventful. The plane communicated with air traffic control and followed its planned route. Then, at 1:19 a.m. as it transitioned from Malaysian to Vietnamese airspace, the last communication occurred. The co-pilot's voice uttered, "Good night, Malaysian 370. Those haunting words would be the final transmission received from the flight. But wait, the story takes a hairpin turn right there. Shortly after that fateful message, at around 1:21, a MIDI plane's transponder, the device responsible for communication with ground-based radar, was either switched off intentionally or suffered a sudden malfunction. In the blink of an eye, civilian radar lost track of the aircraft. Yet military radar continued to trace the plane as it veered off its intended course. Instead of heading to Beijing, the aircraft took a dramatic westward turn, cutting across the Malay Peninsula. Now, you might wonder how this was possible if the transponder went dark. Well, here's the kicker. The aircraft's satellite communication system was still alive and kicking. It sent hourly pings to a satellite owned by Inmarsat. These pings didn't give precise location data, but they did indicate that the plane was still powered up and airborne. The last full handshake with the satellite occurred at 8:11, suggesting the plane had been flying for nearly 7 hours after losing contact with air traffic control. The E370 disappearance triggered one of the most massive search and rescue operations the world has ever seen. Let's go back in time and see how it all unfolded. March 8, 2014. The day MH370 didn't show up in Beijing, setting off alarm bells. The initial search focused on the South China Sea, where the plane's signal was last detected by civilian radar. March 9 to 11, 2014. As the search went on, it wasn't confined to just the South China Sea. Authorities expanded the search area to include the Strait of Malacca after military radar. Data hinted that the plane might have turned back. March 12-14, 2014. The search operation took place on a global scale. Several countries, including China, the US, and India, joined forces offering ships, aircraft, and satellite imagery to assist. March 15, 2014. Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak made a jaw-dropping announcement. He revealed that the plane's communication systems were deliberately disabled and that the aircraft might have flown for up to 7 hours after losing contact. March 24, 2014. Prime Minister Razak dropped a bombshell. He declared that MH370's last known position was in the middle of the Indian Ocean, west of Perth, Australia. He expressed deep regret, announcing that the flight had met its end in the southern Indian Ocean. March 25, April 2014. The relentless search continued in the southern Indian Ocean. Ships and aircraft from all over the world combed the area, but the much-needed breakthrough remained elusive. Despite all these efforts, the final resting place of MH370 and the reasons behind its disappearance remained cloaked in shadows. Families were left in agony, and the aviation world was left in shock. Now, let's dive into one of the most controversial theories: pilot suicide. This theory suggests that Captain Zahari deliberately diverted the plane off course, leading to the tragic end of 238 lives. Consider the flight path. After taking off from Kuala Lumpur, the plane was supposed to head northeast over the South China Sea. Yet, at 1:19, the plane made that final communication, and moments later, everything changed. The transponder went dark, and the aircraft turned left, retracing its path over the Malay Peninsula. Now, who is this man, Captain Zahari? He was a 53-year-old seasoned pilot with over 18,000 hours of flight experience, married with 3 children. He had no known history of mental illness or criminal activities. What about the silence? If this theory holds, Zahari's actions could have left no room for communication. It's a haunting scenario, one that raises more questions than answers. Even after years of investigations and massive search efforts, no definitive cause or motive has been established. No terrorist group claimed responsibility. No mechanical failure or weather condition was identified. No evidence of a fire or explosion was detected. No signs of a struggle or interference were found. The enigma persists. But here's where it gets interesting. The hijacking theory. It suggests that the plane was intentionally taken off course, perhaps for political, personal, or financial reasons. The evidence lies in the plane's erratic flight path. How could someone navigate a massive aircraft like the Boeing 777 with such precision? The answer might lie in the simultaneous turning off of both the aircraft's transponder and communication systems. It indicates a highly coordinated effort. Now, the absence of any distress calls. If the plane were indeed hijacked, the hijackers could have incapacitated the crew, locked the cockpit door, disabled the emergency transponder, or depressurized the cabin. Their actions would leave no room for communication. For the hijacking theory to hold, there must be a motive, from political statements to ransom demands. The possibilities are wide-ranging, yet none have been substantiated. And then there's the eerie possibility that MH370 could have been hijacked for a terrorist attack. The plane, loaded with fuel, could have been weaponized. However, no such attack has occurred, and no group has claimed responsibility. Hold on to your seats. There's another shocking theory, the accidental shootdown. Could MH370 have been mistaken for a threat during military exercises in the region? Such incidents have happened before. Consider Iran Air Flight 655, shot down by the U.S. Navy in 1988, an eerie reminder that these tragedies, although rare, exist within the realm of possibility. The search for the missing plane has been extensive and costly, scanning an area as large as 120,000 sukan. It's like looking for something microscopic in a haystack. But despite the odds, the search continues. Meet Richard Godfrey, a British aeronautical engineer who believes he's calculated where MH370 crashed. By combining different datasets from Inmarsat satellite, Boeing performance data, oceanographic floating debris drift data, and WSP net data, he's pinpointed a new location in the southern Indian Ocean. His proposal suggests a crash site within a circle radius of 40 nautical miles, far smaller than previous searches. The wreckage could lie as far as 4,000 meters deep for the families of those on board. The search for MH370 is more than a quest for answers. It's a journey towards closure, a struggle to keep hope alive in the face of an enduring nightmare. The depths of the ocean hold the key to this mystery, and with every passing day, the search continues, inching us closer to the truth. MH370, a mystery yet unsolved, a story yet unfinished, but the search goes on, in the hopes of one day uncovering the final chapter of this aviation enigma.